From weather controlling machines to cloaking devices and even mind control technology, these strange inventions are not just theoretical, they're officially filed and documented. And the wildest part, most of us have no idea they exist. Today we're diving into 5 of the strangest patents ever filed. Buckle up, because this rabbit hole goes deep. Patent US 1338343A. Sounds harmless, right? Just another random number in a government database. But when you look it up, it's anything but ordinary. This patent describes a machine capable of generating artificial fog. That's right, controlling the atmosphere, one cloud at a time. This patent was filed way back in 1920. It was originally intended for military use, allowing troops to obscure visibility during combat. But let's fast forward a century. Think about all the conspiracy theories surrounding weather manipulation. What if this tech isn't just for military purposes anymore? Could this explain some of the strange fogs people report, like the thick mist that seemed to roll out of nowhere? What's even creepier is how vague the patent is about its limitations. If we had this tech 100 years ago, how advanced could it be now? Maybe that fog outside your window isn't so natural after all. Next up, we have a patent that feels straight out of Harry Potter. Filed in 1994, this Invisibility Cloak patent details a method and system for generating an invisible shield. Essentially, it's a cloaking device that uses light refraction to make objects disappear from sight. Sounds cool, right? But here's the thing, this isn't just theoretical. The patent goes into detail about how light can be bent around an object, effectively making it invisible to the human eye. The implications here are massive. Military applications? Obvious. Surveillance? Definitely. But here's a scarier question. What if someone's already perfected this tech? How would we know? It's not like someone's going to knock on your door and say, hey, check out my invisibility cloak. The potential for misuse is off the charts. It makes you wonder what's lurking around us that we can't see. Alright, let's address the elephant in the room, weather manipulation. Yes, you heard that right. Filed in 2006, this patent claims to control weather patterns by releasing specific substances into the atmosphere. Sound familiar? This ties directly into the age-old chemtrail conspiracy, but this isn't a theory anymore, it's written in black and white. The patent explicitly mentions controlling hurricanes, creating rain, and even dissipating clouds. Here's where things get crazy. Companies like the military contractor Raytheon have been tied to similar patents. Is this just innocent weather science, or are we messing with forces we don't fully understand? And if the government or private entities control the weather, what's stopping them from creating natural disasters on demand? This next one is straight out of a dystopian nightmare. This patent describes a device that manipulates the nervous system through electromagnetic fields. In simple terms, mind control. Filed in 2003, the patent suggests using frequencies to influence emotions, thoughts, and even actions. Now, before you grab your tinfoil hat, let's put this into perspective. Ever wonder why certain ads, music, or even social media content seems weirdly attractive? This kind of tech could theoretically be used to influence large groups of people without them even realizing it. And while this particular patent might sound far-fetched, it's worth noting that brainwave research is a very real and rapidly advancing field. So is this the key to unlocking human potential, or are we one step closer to being puppets on a string? Our final patent takes us into some seriously disturbing territory. This patent discusses creating chimeric organisms, essentially hybrids of humans and animals. While this might sound like the plot of a bad sci-fi movie, it's very real. The patent details the process of combining human and animal DNA to create organisms with specific traits. Now in the scientific world, this is framed as groundbreaking research for medical purposes, like growing human organs in animals for transplants. But let's be real, when has technology ever stayed in its lane? This raises so many ethical questions. At what point does science cross the line? And more importantly, are we already experimenting with things we're not ready to handle? So there you have it. 5 strange patents that blur the line between science and science fiction. But here's the big question. Are these just the tip of the iceberg? For every patent we know about, how many more are hidden behind closed doors? As always, thanks for watching and stay weird.